Yo, Carl James, what's happening? Man, I was just checking in. I ain't been over here in a little minute. Tony, what's happening? Man, listen. London, what's happening? Oh, I missed out on. Mike, what's happening? Dubs, what's happening? Morris family, what's happening? Alabama. You in Alabama now? Bro, I had the I'm gonna do a video about it. Man, I had the tightest parking worst case scenario situation today. Man, me and another a Landstar driver, Brandon, what's happening? Man, I'm gonna post this video, bro. Man, when I tell you it was the worst case scenario ever. So there was an old building you gotta bag into, and it's got pumps and all kind of stuff everywhere. Outside, electrical panel box in the way of. So if the bay door here, the electrical panel box is in front of it. So you gotta maneuver around that. Sherman, what's happening? Hand sanitizer, man. You know I keep hand. See, y'all are laughing at me about the hand sanitizer thing, but you know I keep me about 3 bottles. Yeah, and so the other bay door on the other end is what I was trying to bag into. Man, it literally took me like an hour to bag in here, and I don't know how many attempts. Man, listen, I've been driving trucks for 5 years, and I've been in some tough situations. But this was the worst for me. So, you know, when you couldn't bag straight in because it was some type of pump on the. Man, I think I do have road rage. I hate when people run up on me like that, because the whole lane next to me wide open. But so it's a pump. It was a pump with something on the ground. So. And the bay door was the same width of the trailer. So the bay door was like 8 foot 6 inches wide. So it was like no room for air. It might have been like 8.7, 8.8 or something. I mean, it was literally no room for air at all. So, and then when you get in this bay door that's the same size of your trailer, now, what is this dude doing? Oh, okay. Broke down vehicle. Come on. Come on, bro. I let you in front of me, man. Go. Alright, so you can't bag straight in, but even if I could, I mean, number one, I couldn't bag straight in because it was a fence in the front, so you couldn't get your truck up under the trailer to bag straight in. Number one. Number two, even if you could, you couldn't bag in because they had like this, some type of machinery that was on the ground. It was like built in like that. So you have to come in from an angle. You got a blindside bag at an angle in there. And when you get in, you got to be sideways into the bay. And they use the overhead crane to unload you. So I say about 30 minutes after trying, man, I pretty much gave up, man. So told the other driver, Brett, said, hey, man, go to the other side. When you pull in, pull behind the electrical box. Don't pull in front. And I just got you back. So I had him pull around it, past the bay door, and kind of like jackknife his truck and kind of go around it. I had him pull all the way up and cut his wheels to the left a little bit once the trailer started turning, just turn the truck straight and just kind of let the trailer drift in at an angle. So I get it, and I made sure I told him, so if you're facing the bay door, I wanted his trailer to be on the left side of it. Because if he on the left side of it, when he started to swing his truck back around, it's gonna pivot that trailer back the opposite way. And then if it pivoted the opposite way, then you lined up with the doors now. So you want to be on the left side of it, so the trailer will swing back the opposite way when you're trying to get under. All right, so I don't know, 15 minutes or so, we're trying to get him in, and we kind of got him in just a little bit. And what happened was, the guy that worked there, he had to cut these, like, some type of bolts off the door. Basically, had to take the door apart to make the bay wider so we could fit in. We couldn't even fit in there. And, man, so he did that where we could get in. We got him in. So after we got him in, we went back to my truck. I'd probably tried for another 10, 15 minutes or so, and I gave up again. So I told Brett, the other Landstar driver, I said, hey man, just get in my truck and I can guide you back, because I can't see crap. So ended up guiding him back and forth, man. He was wore out afterwards from pulling up, bagging up, pulling up, bagging up. We finally got in there. But man, it was like the worst case scenario you could possibly imagine, man. The average person would have gave up, just like completely gave up, and said, hey man, y'all find another way to take this off. So, man, it almost got me. I'm glad me and him showed up there at the same time, because if it wasn't for that, the both of us would have been screwed. Because the guy that worked there is trying to tell us, you can tell he's never driven a truck and trailer. He still want to tell us how to get in, bro. You don't even know what you're talking about. You can't trying to explain it to somebody who don't know anything about it. And then he's getting frustrated because he feel like he's right. Man, that was the experience. But you know, like I tell y'all a lot, I don't regret those situations because it just make you a better driver. So I don't ever regret really being in situations like that, because you know, if I get in a situation and I'm by myself, I can get myself out of the situations. And I've been in tons and tons of situations. The bad part, the situations I've been in an 18-wheeler when I was in those situations. Tons was happening. So, yeah, man, I'm just glad I got out of it. But, so, the other thing with this particular load, it was a pump with a lot of sharp edges on there. Y'all gonna see it in the video too. So the broker wanted to load torque. So I'm like, once they put it on the truck, when I looked at it, I'm like, man, I ain't gonna be able to torque this crap. It's gonna destroy my torque. So I asked the people there, they was like, nah, it don't have to be torque. Yo, what's happening? Yeah, man. So they told me it didn't have to be torque. I told her that because she still paid me for it. Now the average person be like, hey, they say it ain't gotta be torque, don't worry about it. But sometimes the shipper is not the ones who's paying out on the load. It'll be the customers who's receiving it that'll pay out. And if you pull up to the person that's paying out and it ain't torqued like they wanted to, then you got a serious problem on your hand. So that's why I told her, like, hey, they saying they don't have to be taught. But anyway, I hit her up and I sent her pictures of it. I said, hey, this is gonna destroy a torque. I'm telling you for a fact. I've been through a situation like this several times before. I had 2 torques destroyed. I said, I refuse to do that again. So she was like, all right, send me the pictures. I sent them to the customer. Send it to the customer. The customer still said he wanted to talk. So I drove back to Shreveport, came home for the night. I went to Walmart. I bought one of those cheap tarps, the heavy duty cheap tarp. And I put my moving blankets on it and I put that tarp on there. And man, the whole drive, man, first, I don't know, 3 hours in, probably 3.5 hours in the drive, I had that tarp tarp down so good, that sucker held. And I had a strap across it so it didn't blow up. Man, that sucker held good. And man, dropping down these freaking mountains in Arkansas, man, I wish I didn't get it on video, but man, I'm talking, it looked like a Six Flag roller coaster. I'm talking literally straight freaking down. And I probably was doing 4 or 5 miles an hour, and I could feel the load just pushing I'm on the brakes, and it's just pushing me down this hill. I got the engine brake on, I got my foot on the foot brake. I mean, it was barely even helping me, man. That sucker was pushing me straight down the hill. And I think once I started hitting those mountains like that, and the tarp started catching wind and started yanking it back down on them sharp points, I think that's when it started to rip. But hey, I made it all the way there without having to pull over, keep fixing it. So I was happy with that. But I sent that broker pictures of that tarp, how it ripped that tarp up. And, you know, of course, she ain't do nothing but apologize. But, man, I'm just telling y'all that because, man, if you in that situation, don't use your $300, $400 tarp on nothing like that. Go buy a cheap tarp and cover that load up with that the best you can, because they ain't gonna pay. One time I had a broker pay me $200 toward buying me a new tarp, which it was a brand new tarp. That was my second time using it. It got destroyed. He paid me $200 toward my tarp, but that still wasn't enough to cover it. So, you know, I took a loss on it. And I learned my lesson after that. Hey, don't put your good stuff on it no more. If they're not willing to pay for it, don't put your good stuff on it. But man, that's all I had, man. Y'all stay safe. Hand sanitizer, coronavirus going around. I think everybody really panicking about this stuff, to be honest. I mean, basically just like the cold, really. Like a worse cold you can get. So, man, these people going overboard with it. But I do feel like this virus is affecting the freight. Alright, I gotta roll. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace.